Okay, this is it's a different method of doing multiplication. Okay, or this entire year, I'm going to try to show you as many methods of doing different equations, different multiplication, addition. I'm going to try to show as many methods as I can to you guys. Now, it's up to you to decide which one's easiest for you. Okay, I'm not going to force any of them on you. Okay, I'm not going to force this method on you. Some kids today have really liked it and thought it was super easy. Others hated it. Totally perfect. Okay, not everything is going to work for each individual person. All right, you guys are all different. I'm different. I didn't even learn about this until I was in college. Okay, that's when I learned this method. I actually like this method. I just don't use it because I always forget about it, to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm just so used to using the old method, the standard algorithm. But for lattice method, all right, for lattice multiplication, it's pretty easy. You just got to set it up the correct way every time. So you start out with a box. Okay, in this case, they have 4 squares in this box because 45, 86. Okay, you put your 2 numbers on the sides like this. So the first one goes up top, second one down on the side there. All right. Then what you have to do is you have to start in this corner and draw a line through your boxes like this. Okay, and it's got to go all the way through it down to the bottom there, just like that every time. Okay, you have to do the lines. That's the only way this thing works. All right, so it's like you cut all those squares. Just grab one. Okay, you cut those squares in half. Now, this is where we start the multiplication process. So I've been telling everybody it's kind of like reading a multiplication chart. So if you look up on the wall, okay, whenever you're doing a multiplication chart, it's like if we're trying to do 12 times 12, we got to go all the way over here, all the way down to that box. It's kind of like what we're doing here. So when you start, you can do any box that you want. That's the good thing about this. You can literally do any multiplication in any order because you still will get the right answer. So I always like to start with this box right here, this first one up here. So what this means is that you do 5 times this number here. So 5 times 8, which is 40. So you put your 4 and your 0, just like that. So if you have like a tens place, you basically put it up there. If you have the ones place, will go on the bottom of the square, basically. All right, then I jump down here. So I'm going to do 5 times 6. 30. All right, now 4 times 8. 32. Okay, and then the last one is 4 times 6. 24. Now, you're done with the multiplication. Multiplication's done. So the next step here is to do your addition. To do that, you have to start with this one over here, that bottom one. So basically, you're just looking at each section and seeing how many numbers are in that section. You add them up. So in this case, we're not looking at the numbers outside. We only look at the ones on the inside. So how many do I have there? 0. So I just put 0. Then I look at the next one. So how many do we have here? 7. Because you count up all of it, all the way through except for the ones outside. So we don't look at that 8. So it's going to be 7. Okay, keep moving. Now I have 4 plus 2 plus 2. 8. And our last one is just 3. So your answer is 3,870. Some people find it very easy. Others just don't like it. And that's perfectly fine. Not everything are you guys going to agree on in life. It's just one of those things.
Well, has this been my entire life?
Like I said, I didn't learn it until I was in college because there's not very many people that know this method. I like to just show you guys just so you guys can pick. Yes?
It's like confusing, but if you know
Once you get the hang of it, yes. That's what I told my first hour class. I was like, here's the deal. You guys are going to look at me like I'm stupid, but give me some time to let it go through because I'm telling you, once you see a few examples, it starts to click. So let's do another one. Let's do number 4 now. Okay, so 52 times 38. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can start out. You can put the numbers down first and then draw your lines, or draw your lines first and then put the numbers. But you have to make sure you draw those lines. That's the only way this thing works, because that's how it separates it out for your addition. Okay, so once again, it doesn't matter what square you start in, because no matter what, you're still just multiplying the same numbers together. So I always like I said before, I like to start in this box. So 2 times 3. Okay, now when you have just a single digit answer like that, put a 0, then a 6, because we have no tens place. Okay, now 2 times 8. 16. So I put 1, then 6. So that side's done. Now we just jump over to the 5. 5 times 3. 15. And then 5 times 8. 40. Okay, so you're done with the multiplication process. Now you just got to add. So we go there, start there. What's in the box? 6. Jump to the next one. 7. 9. 1. So 1,976 is your answer. Yes.
Are you able to use this method with if it were in the thousands times thousands?
Well, I'm glad you said that, because go to the next page. Because now all you do is basically just add squares. So in this case, we have 945 times 83, number 1. Okay, so clearly the 945 has to go on top, because there's 3 of them. And then the 83 would go on the side. So if we had thousands place, so let's say we had 9,450 times 8,343. Okay, so like this is it's gonna take a lot of squares. So basically, you got to have 4 rows going down, 4 rows going across. So 16 altogether. So 9, 4, 5. Terrible 5, 0, 8, 3, 4, 3. And then you just draw your lines like normal. So you got a lot. So you just do it. So what's 0 times 8? 0. 0 times 3. Okay, so then 5 times 8. 5 times 3. 5 times 4. 5 times 3. So then, yeah, at the end of it, you just go each line like this. So 0, 5. I mean, we'd have to do more of that one. But, yeah, you'd just be able to do it that way. You could do it with millions if you wanted to. It's just going to be very, very big. Now, would I suggest doing it for big numbers like this? Probably not. It's going to take a little bit longer. But when it's numbers like this, it still is a lot faster. It doesn't take much time to it. Yes.
So when you make your lines, do you just make them where one of the lines that go up just goes?
Basically, because you're just what you're trying to do is cut those squares in half, and it kind of goes. It just goes through diagonally. So it's basically starting at each corner of each square almost. Okay. So let's go ahead and try this one. So I'm gonna actually start all the way over here now. This square. So it doesn't matter. But we can do it. 9 times 8.
45.
Should be 72. Okay. So then we can go down to this one. So 9 times what for this? 3. So that'd be 27. Okay, and then we could go to the 5 if you wanted to and do the first box. So 5 times 8 would be 40. And then 5 times 3 would be 15. So then you can do the 4 last. So 4 times 8 and 4 times 3. You're adding. So 12. Okay, so once again, the multiplication doesn't matter what square you start with, doesn't matter the order you do. Okay, it's just now what does matter is you have to add from the right to the left. You can't start over here. That won't work because we got to carry. So what's in this one? 5. Now, and the next one, 3.
What about the one where
Oh, we're getting there. So 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 7. Okay, so we put the 4 down here, And just like regular addition, we have to carry the 1. Okay, so 1 plus 3
4,
plus 2
6,
plus 2.
8,
And this last one, 7. So your answer would be 78,435.
This is the easiest way.
Some people like it, some people don't. And it's not a big deal. Yes. Yes. So go ahead and try to do 2 and 3 on your own. 2 and 3 right there on that page. So draw out your lines, draw out the numbers, and go from there. Take your time. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes. Okay, so we had 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 9 is 18. So now we're over to the 6. So let's start with this one. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 9,
54.
54. So now we're done with multiplication, so we just do the addition. So what do we got here? 8. What do we have here? 11. And we carry the 1. So now this one, we have 14. Carry the 1. And 2. So 2,418. All right. Any questions on that one? All right. So this one now, 287 times 58. So 287 had to go across the top because there's 3 of them. So 7 times 5, 35. 7 times 8, 56. 8 times 5, 8 times 8. 2 times 5. And 2 times 8. 16. So on to the addition again. So what's this one? 6. 14. Carry the 1. Should be 17. No. So it'd be 12 plus 4, so 16. 16. So we have 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4, plus 1 is 6, and then we only have 1. So 16,646. A lot of 6s.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, like I said, you can use this, you don't have to. It's perfectly fine. So if we had like this, 295 times 363, okay, so this one is going to have a little bit more too, because you're going to have 3 going that way. So 1, 2, 3, and then 3 on the side. 1, 2, 3. 295, 363. And if you look, yes, somebody said that was 9 boxes. If you multiply, so if there's 3 here, 3 there, you multiply them, 9. If there was like the 4 earlier, 4 times 4 is 16. There's 16 boxes. Okay, so it all depends on what numbers you're multiplying and all like that. Now, on the homework tonight, you do not have to use this method. You can if you want. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, now your homework is page 11, and it's 1 through 6. Okay, so let's do another word problem just to talk about, because we haven't talked about a word problem in a while. So go to page 12, the very back page. We're going to do number 1. Actually, we're going to do number 2. I lied. Number 2. Okay, talking about the airplane. So very back of the packet, back page. So an airplane has 237 passengers on board. If each passenger brought one suitcase weighing 24 pounds each, what is the total weight of suitcases on the plane? So remember, we need to box the important numbers. We need to underline the important information, the details basically, and circle key math terms / the question. So in this first sentence here, an airplane has 237 passengers on board. What do you think we need to do there? Boone?
Square 237 and underline passengers.
Good. So we know that the 237 is referring to passengers. Okay, if each passenger brought one suitcase weighing 24 pounds each, What is the total weight of suitcases on the plane? So, what should we do there? Braden? I think it's...
Take a box on the 24.
Yep.
And underline
Pounds. Because we're talking about the weight of the suitcases. So, each one of them brought in one of those. Does that one mean anything to us?
No.
No. They just told us that it was one suitcase. That's all we need to know. Okay, and then what else what are we going to circle here? Griffin?
What is the total weight?
Okay, we're trying to find the total weight. So how are we going to do that? So if each of these 237 passengers brought in one suitcase weighing 24 pounds, how do we find this? Dom?
You do that by multiplying 24 by 250.
Yes, so we're going to do 237 times 24. Okay, now you could do the lattice method or you can do the standard algorithm. I'm going to do it the standard algorithm way because we haven't done it in a couple days. So, 237 times 24.
Okay.
So remember, 4 times 7,
Is 28.
28, because we always start at that 4. Then we go 4 times 3,
12.
plus 2.
14.
4 times 8,
4 times 2.
or 4 times 2,
8.
plus 1.
9.
Okay, so we're done with the 4. Now we got to drop a 0 and hop over to the 2. So 2 times 7,
14.
14. 2 times 3,
6.
plus 1, 7. And 2 times 2.
4.
So what's our final step?
Add.
Add them up. I'm going to rewrite this because I'm running out of room. Okay, so 8 plus 0, 8. 4 plus 4, 8. 9 plus 7, 16. Carry the 1, so 1 plus 4, 5. 5,688 pounds. Do not forget to label. We're talking about a real life problem here. So 5,688 pounds. So that's what I want you to do for these. Box, underline, circle. Okay? Box, underline, circle. Do not forget that. Okay, now you can do it the standard algorithm way, or you can do the lattice method. It's totally up to you. Okay, you make that decision. All right, it's whatever's easiest for you. So, like I said, your homework is just literally the front of this page, 1 through 6. You got about 9 minutes to work on it, so you probably should be able to get some of it done. Okay, so go ahead and get started.